be from the start. Players can't go quite early on.
Absolutely, the early game was the major downfall, I guess you could say, for the Gambit side. As mousesports start off on the CT half for this map up. Still heavy favourites for the Gambit camp to win out on this map up. Get to the pistol round, the utility on Hobbit, and for Inters, Glocks involved for everybody. Same thing for the CT side with the USPs. Diffuse on Dexter with a double flash out. Oh, Frozen. That's ice cold on Axal as he draws first blood.
All right, then, let's get a couple more of those ones. Gambit going in towards that ramp take, but look at how many rotates have come here on A.
Smokes down to the cross, and Frozen continues looking up. Taps, blind, does not see anything. Does get naded back to 59 points of HP. Shiro crosses, gets the bomb down.
Just try and get that post plant in, play it out, and behind these smokes, they are going to start to dissipate.
Here he goes, Frozen forcing forward. Shiro's going to be able to trade back. He gets the revenge for his fallen teammate. Rops continues to complete the backstab, though the CTs are being passive as a result of this. Not going too far forward with this retake, and Rops is going to find so much. Shot on the first man. Can't quite connect to Inters, though, so backstab dealt with. Shiro adjusts with a headshot. Regardless, looks for another kill on a core. And 3 players remain alive for 3 kills on Shiro's part to win the round for Gambit.
mousesports had the perfect start in that one. Great opening pick coming through from Frozen. Full back rotate. A lot of players over towards A, but Shiro playing in and around the site, around that default position. He got away with a lot of kills there.
Yeah, very well done from him. Very well done from Gambit. Despite the early shots from Frozen looking so solid again. Brilliant one taps. And he's back on the Deagle to try and dish out some similar damage here against the Force Bite. mousesports upgrade pistols and Kevlar, and the regular buyback as well from Gambit, featuring 2 MAC-10s and 2 Galils.
Early nade down for the HE. Nafani just pretty much evading it for the most part. Might even be able to sneak through the smoke.
CDs are backed off, so he's going to sneak around the smoke instead. Look at the sandbags. Counter smoke back at the CT. Forces trying to get Frozen above in a bit of a one-way. Looking above, but they can't seem to see anything at all. They look, and still Gambit are playing the perfect positions, it seems, against mousesports.
Yeah, Gambit just being able to dictate a lot of pace in a round like that. Make sure the CTs aren't really that overly aggressive. Robson's going to get pre-aimed, or not quite, but the MAC-10 still recovers.
Well done. Oh, not reading Dexter, though, so response back. Missed Molly. Nafani not happy with that. Looking as it sails right back to his position, and that does kind of throw the Gambit default setter off a little bit. Core trying to play an aggressive position, but he's not going to face around it. He's going to wait for the T-side to make their way up here, and they will do so very soon. Inters, Nafani rounds that corner, catch off a Core. Being massed there with a responsive, so it's a 3v3 as the bomb can go down.
They're trying to get these wallbang shots in, but none of them are connecting onto any damage. They've got a backstab.
The Eagle tap, smoke, suppression for the moment. It's just bullets flying and nothing connecting to anyone on the Gambit side. Shiro watching with the AK, still looking for Dexter. You're aware that mousesports could go for a backstab. They went for it last time, and indeed it isn't effective with the MAC-10. Team of the player spray goes awry, so Hobbit and Inters clean out those 2 kills. Frozen left with it all to do, but he's still hitting headshots. He's on the defuse, 10 seconds to it, 10 HP, and I don't think Inters is swinging. The smoke is cleared out. He's got to move right now, and he will have plenty of time. So Frozen, good effort, but not to be.
I just hopes he could stick the 10-second, but when that smoke starts to dissipate, it's so difficult. Good timing on Inters just to swing out, and for Gambit, they follow up. They don't lose to the force by. mousesports felt like they were so close there, but now they've got to eco. They can't force again.
Watch the Deagle shot to Frozen one more time. That second one on Shiro in particular. If he's hitting heads like that throughout the rest of this game, it has cause for concern for Gambit. Not at the moment. But they have been pressured again. mousesports carrying forward that momentum from the last map up and doing some damage, so much so that they're still going to take a number of Deagles into this next round.
And depending on how many kills they get in round 3, we could see a reset potential going into the opening rifle round for this Gambit side on T. Shiro just looking to farm as much as he can, but even with him, look at how heavy he's tagged.
20 points. Dexter hoping that he goes for another aggressive play and continues up that side alley position at the scaffolding, but Nafani that moves forward there with the Galil instead. P250 watching and waiting for contact. Seeing nothing so far. Gambit. Molotov's into position. Dexter looks up. When does he spot them? Right now, not getting much in terms of the kills. Does do some damage, but in minimal amounts.
And now they just speed it up. Hobbit coming into the site with the MAC-10, and it's just easy pickings really coming through. Mal's held a little bit of contention with some of these boost plays. They've done some damage, but none of them converting into kills.
Now 1v5 for Rops. The Eagle step back to that mid control. A lot of work to be done if he wants to get some exits at the very least. That might be his best bet in this round, but Also don't want to give up the kill towards Hobbit and get him 3 kills on a Mac 10, which would be a lot of money that Gambit can work with going forward. To let all that damage that they've done in the last few rounds go to waste. It's probably ill-advised, I think, from Rops.
Yeah, he's just being able to pre-aim out for potentially a mid lurk. But for him, even getting an exit kill, it'd be great. But holding onto a Deagle and holding onto Kevlar, you don't want to waste it in a 1v5.
Yeah, better to hold it into the true gun round, which will be coming out for Mouse. Leave about $1,000, a little bit more, over $1,000 of investment there for the CT side. So, all about the money here for the mousesports camp. We'll see how much money they have to work with going into the next, and there's plenty of it. 5 grand, 6 grand. Minimum of 4,600 for Rops, and again, he doesn't have to buy the Kevlar.
And you've got to imagine that a player like Rops would love to be back at LAN. I think mousesports had a very good 2019 when it came to LAN.
Yeah.
They had Woxic in the lineup, had Carrigan too, had some really, really big players. Well, that lineup today looks very different than what it was before. Rops has been here from the start, really, or maybe not the start of mousesports, but he's been on this team and in this current lineup for a very, very long time now.
Yeah, carries that lineage for a fair few years, and as you mentioned, he was part of those 2019 runs, so to go deep in Cologne would be everything to him. For mousesports. Right now the focus is all about getting through Gambit, and for him most certainly that is his first and foremost goal. He's part of the A defensive. M4 sprayed up by Axel, eventually catching off in the midst of the smoke. Enters, and Shiro actually did those kills away, and Axel gets involved with his kill finally at the back lines, and they are just cleaning house. This is confident from Gambit.
Jeez, is this a gun round or is this an eco? They make it look so swift. The way they get into entry positions out on the bomb side, the way that Rops is just caught in utility, and for Gambit, it's such an easy side taker. Core even gets hunted. Okay, Gambit are really delivering on the T side of Vertigo.
Yeah, this is very, very, I don't want to say one-sided, but definitely a confident round from them. 4-0 to the start, mousesports back down to the half bar of the Eagles, and to think that all that damage that they just did has just been recovered just like that, like, not looking good for the CTs.
And it's just what they need, because they would have been disappointed to not win map 1, to know that it went so down to the wire, to know that it didn't even go to overtime, to now go into the T side of your own map pick and start in this kind of a way. It's the perfect start.
Great shots. mousesports not connecting to anything down towards the ramp control. Into the stairs area instead, drops to the Eagle. Steeds one, tags him. Shero and Axel get the kills on him and Dexter. Two players in the mid position can rotate up towards the B side and try and hold the defensive line, but I have a feeling that they will get overwhelmed with each Shero. Does catch a core, BMAS with one good shot. Can't flick on towards Shero, so this round goes about as well as Ecos go.
He's definitely turned things around for himself. He was very, very quiet out in that first map. Did find impact towards the back end of it, but almost when it was a little bit too late. He's now started out 8-1 and leading the frags.
And Frozen again looking to look for exits, but hold on to the head Kevlar above all. Watch back. Maybe get an AK out of this, maybe get some sort of extra rifle, but you're still playing bonus weapons here for Gambit, so the chance also to get the Galil out, and that really wouldn't make much of a difference to Gambit lose one of those. Plenty of money, and no reason to really trade up on those Galils. I mean, once they go down, then that's when they can reinvest into it, to get the rifle that was dropped for Hobbit. And yeah, Nafani and Inter's still rocking Galils. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't.
No point throwing the money away, so just keep working with it. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where you're going to start losing players, or you're going to lose the rounds, and then you just get AKs and even an AWP out. But right now, stabilize, make sure it's strong long term.
I mean, Intis has got 4 frags with the Galil anyway, so not like they actually need extra firepower at this moment for Gambit. Coming out some very confident rounds, and Frozen is to try and change that again. Blind firing past that smoke towards the ramp position, but Gambit have placed himself carefully as Rops does get Axel and starts things off over on the B site instead.
AWP still aggressive up towards 51. Needs to look out towards that right-hand side because there's players near the smoke. Oh,
Hobbit's caught an angle, gets the core to drop, back to even to be going. Nafani traded back by Frozen though, who transfers his spray to Shiro. Just behind that smoke, down to 5 HP he will remain, but a 4-on-2 advantage now for mousesports.
That was a very good return in towards that ramp position just when the AWP of A-Core just gets caught off, just can't quite find the connection, especially when he's getting spammed up like that. The Frozen bails the situation.
60 seconds left. How did Gambit recover this? Or do mousesports get there first on the CT side? I mean, Hobbit and Inters will still go for something. Molotov into the sandbags position, indicating where at least one player is. A second Molotov for Inters does not want to be thrown so nonchalantly, especially as they know that it's not being anybody out there in the back. Nades in. Frozen is too far back, though. They can't place it to the sniper's nest. Cross that bomb. Should get it planted at least.
Just get that extra cash injection. Try and see if they can force a mistake. They've still got a fair bit of time to work with, though.
Smoke, ooh, not thrown there for Inters. He's going to wait. Go for a dry plant as they realize there is nobody out there. Finally smoke down the main position. Molotov, that's well placed on Frozen. So they drive a bit of breathing room back. The bomb should go down. Inters should remain roughly unscathed, and indeed he does. So decent setup for the retake.
It all just comes to these flashes for Hobbit. How does he even use this light utility?
Smoke down. Side alley, burst through. Hobbit going to wait on the off angle. Ready for two. Gets the kill on the first man. And the second and the third. Lined up easy. And straight from the shy, he gets an ace. What's the hold from him, and what's the recovery for Gambit?
Sorry, what was that, mousesports? 2 clutches out in that first map. Yeah, Hobbit's going to do it for Gambit. Oh, it makes it look too easy. Another great recovery, a 2v4 situation, and they all line up. What an off angle.
Yeah, this was very awkward for mousesports. They kind of gave this one away. Didn't have much to work with in the utility department. Couldn't really flash their way around that corner, but even so, Hobbit wonderfully done to get that ace. And of course, the first execution kill was pretty fantastic of its own right. And for a 4v2 scenario as well, mousesports are going to be kicking themselves with that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have lost that. Simple as. Be disappointed knowing the outcome, and now it just starts falling apart and apart. Dexter's even being watched in this aggressive ladder play. Should be an easy kill. Yep, there it is.
Nicely done from Hobbit. Another kill to add to his tally. And just these pistols out for mousesports can't really do anything. Like just going in a bit of a vicious cycle. Pistol, 4x, pistol, 4x. And what a turnaround from Gambit. Like this is the reason why I take a look at that 16-14 and think that Gambit came out on top even though they lost the map. Straight confidence in on that one. And now translating in towards Vertigo, they're basically like, I mean, officially 2 away from taking the half, but for my money, 1. This should be a 7th now.
Yeah, there's not going to be much behind this at all, especially when Akori's pretty much got to defend the A side by himself.
Can't hit his shot on Shiro. The bomb should go down here. Frozen and BMAS. Nothing else that they can really do in this round again. Just the pistols out, just the FAMAS out. Just disaster here for the CT side. It's best to hold the Kevlar.
And I feel for Akor. This is obviously his debut for mousesports on LAN, and he's had a tough series. Yeah. A really, really tough series. He dropped 13 kills out in the first map, 0-7 now on the second, and he's their primary AWPer too.
It's 007 as well. I don't think he got an assist in this one. Really, really been disaster for mousesports. And Akor just being that leader of the charge. Got 15 ADR as well, by the way. It's not great numbers up here for the mousesports side. We'll try and steal something here for BMAS, but eventually is forced back away to evade the bomb blast and evade his death. Still flawless for the T side. Still nothing scored by mousesports in the first half.
But take the tactical, take the breather, just take the mental reset to see how you can bounce back from this, because we know that Vertigo, while it's not a map that gets picked a massive amount by the Gambit side, it is an incredibly strong one for them. And mousesports, they just haven't found the answer. Opening man advantages seem just non-existent.
Very, very tense conversation, I think, happening in the mousesports side. Like, I asked you before what they'd be saying in the previous matchup on that one of those tactical pauses, but in this one, surely it must be even sterner words coming in from their coach or from some sort of source within that mousesports side.
Hey, you've got to imagine. So in terms of just excitement and maybe attitude to the vocals, it's going to be very different. We knew that they were getting really pumped up, really excited by winning those rounds, and now the comms could be very quiet, very, very sort of not uninterested, but unsuccessful to come through from them.
Got to focus up for now. I can't tell whether the faces of the mousesports cameras are that of despondency or concentration. Dexter holding mid, seeing Inters. He's going to back off with the FAMAS, not go for a silly peek in, try and incendiary backstab as Rops gets his kill involved. BMAS unable to hold off on Inters. Very, very awkward adjustment of his crosshair. And Dexter will steal one of the back here, so Shiro gets caught off, and Rops still holding outside of main, looking in for Inters. Flash over towards quad. Hobbit so close to Dexter, eventually sprays through that smoke, gets it back to a 3 versus 3. Inter swings back, still Rops makes it another kill. A double up for him. Can't hold off against Hobbit though, 2v2. They finally get that B-side.
They don't have the bomb down just yet, and more counter utility can come from the CTs, but Hobbit wants to get aggressive, and so does Nafany.
He's got to get that bomb plant in the end, but a core catches the only angle he needs. Hobbit with a 3k, another clutch for him perhaps. He holds the bomb now. Where does he go with this? Rotation into the A side. Ooh. How much does a core know? Did he hear that drop down?
He could just start double bluffing, just start wasting time, make that rotation over, and for a core, he needs to wait. He can't really move away because he doesn't know, am I being baited in this one?
Yeah, plenty of time for Hobbit. 30 seconds, and he's still just only now getting towards the ramp control, so would slow walk his way right up into the site before he has to plant it. And now a core starts to get an inkling as to what's going on. He'll rotate into the sniper's nest. Now into the backlines of the A site. Hobbit, AK in hand, checking the position, will plant down default, of course, heard it. Now knows what's going on, won't go for the wall bang though, will not see the man just yet, expecting another flash, but Hobbit's got no utility. Looking up, core, one barrel, could give away the game, but Hobbit just takes the swing straight, wins it, 4 kills to his name. When we talk about Nafani having a fantastic first map, it's Hobbit the star of the second.
15 kills and 2 deaths, and just keeps the streak alive too, just keeps the pressure on. And we have seen so many rounds now for mousesports on Vertigo where they've had 4v2s, they've had 2v1s, and they're not closing these advantages.
Rifles out from us, for Dexter. Not a lot for mousesports in this. Smokes down, Molotov's in, looking up with the nades, and Frozen placed very far forward here. Gaps in the smokes can be exploited, but no one from the T side is really here to be found. They're pretty back passive on their default.
And nade onto Frozen's position, does a chunky, decent amount of damage, but Nafany, he's just waiting for the peak.
Flash in, oh, wonderfully adjusted to, turns away from it, Frozen had no idea. Re-smoke back here to buy a bit of hard cover. Gap in that smoke does completely cover off the cross, but Nafani still gets away as the Orb of a Core misses both of his shots. Has found a kill in this game, but still struggling to find any more.
Dexter with the re-smoke needs to kind of go aggressive, needs a little bit of a fight back, but for Gambit, they're even just starting to rotate away. They're only leaving Hobbit down here in ramp.
Rops hitting at the stairs. Axel first player to face alongside Nafani. M4 ready for it, but not able to get the kill still. No one's left on the B site. BMAS has got to rotate from mid via Scap. He's watching for the mid flank. Seen there on the drop down. Nafani looks for the headshot. Tap burst through. It's Axel that gets the kill. And Gambit are making this look elementary on the T side. 9-0.
It's just perfect CS.
It is. It really is.
Really what it comes down to. Very, very minimal mistakes. Hobbit might get caught off, so that's at least an AK that could be picked up by Dexter, but you can't really just be happy with a saved exit kill, can you?
No. This is very, very different compared to Inferno. Very, very different. Mousesports. I mean, okay, let's start talking about this then. What's changed since then? I mean, in terms of, like, you know, the confidence, because Mousesports, they were doing all right. Like, yeah, it was a close contest. Oh, the phone. They're going to try to get the extra cracks here, and Nafani gets all 5 players, so they're falling very, very hard on this. Mousesports, no players alive, but what has shifted for them? Has the confidence gone? Is it Gambit that have reignited? Like, what's changed in the transitions?
Well, they're not getting punished straight away. You have a look at how Inferno T-side was. We saw a lot of trade backs, a lot of opening man advantages. And for Mal's, maybe the rounds obviously are 0-9. They have had chances. You can't say, oh, they've been absolutely slammed. They've been getting wrecked every round. They've had chances, but they just haven't converted. And that just doesn't help with any kind of confidence.
Back down to the Eagles, so very little of a chance to convert in this one. AK Sprinters takes his fight on Frozen, but is unable to win it out. The nade can't finish off the job either, so it's a HP advantage start. So there's a slight bit there for Mousesports in the sense they haven't lost the opening kill, but I mean, they're not far off of doing that.
And just even the default, it's so wide range. We're getting some really good mid-round calling from Nafany to start shifting over, rotates out to the B site. Utility usage has been very much on point. And for the CTs, they're getting desperate.
Yeah, at this stage, when you're looking down the barrel of a 10-0, desperation is all what mousesports are about. Praying for a miracle. Patience away from the T side. They make their way up towards the mid-control. Rock seen off into... My God, like when you're hitting shots like that, what can you do if you're mousesports? Especially with pistols in hand, the AKs driving them away. I mean, they've got no access to the B side. This is a round.
And it's not even one player that's just looking so sharp. Everyone is really delivering for the T. Shiro starting to hear some of these rotations, and he just knows exactly what's going on. Oh, easy couple of kills.
Oh, it just gets worse, doesn't it? At least Dexter's grabbing an AK, and Gambit have not committed to the B side. They actually wanted to go plant towards A side, and now Dexter gets it to a 2 versus 2. So this recklessness is starting to get punished from mousesports, but still down on 28 points of HP, and BMAS has been taken out of the round. So it's all left to the Aussie to clutch it. 4K up for him. Hold on. No kit. Sticking the defuse. He knows exactly where Intis is. Smokes down. He's behind harder cover in the AK. Tries to get his way back in. What's going to happen? There's no kill. There's no kill. Dexter's stolen it. Massive clutch for him with the 3K involved. And at long last, mousesports get around an all-important, a much-needed one for them.
Balls are still. That's risky. Stick a 10-second defuse, and Intis just thinks he isn't sticking it. He's just trying to bait him, get that duel forward, and instead, Dexter just holds it. And for mousesports, it at least ends the streak. It starts things off on CT side now. It gets them in a way where they can start charging these rounds back, but they need to capitalize now.
And another tactical taken for the CT forces Dexter. An all-important steal for him. All he had to do was hold the bomb. And that, I mean, he was even tagged towards the end of it there with the last man. Probably a bullet away from conceding. But that was the best round that mousesports have had. A clutch with a bit of recklessness there from Gambit that was punished ultimately by the IGL. Dexter, definitely a hero for the mousesports side, but celebrations cannot come in at this moment. They need to focus on getting the next couple of rounds, which is what that tactical pause has just done.
They need more multi-kills. They just need more playmakers, because really, that was a big round for Dexter, but we were seeing so many more of those kind of plays and those kind of results out in the first map. We're not quite seeing it here on Vertigo.
And this will be the second test for mousesports. Can they follow up the definitive gun round? Well, it's Stefani again. Execution shot on Frozen. I think he's only got 5 kills in this map up so far as well. Like, it hasn't felt like it for Gambit. Kill involved. First man down. Mouse are not going to regress. They're not going to give up anymore.
Well, the problem with Ramp is that you want to contest it. You want to get that early map control and just fight for it. But it doesn't even feel like a fight. It just feels like they're offering up duels. Because anytime they've got aggressive and they've wanted to take a fight out from Ramp, the majority of the time they've lost it.
Rops. M4 set on Axile. Nafani's also there. Red upon. There comes the kill. Going out for mousesports to trade back to the 4 versus 4 and a smoke down as well as Dexter gets overwhelmed by Hobbit so quickly. 2 players still set to the B side and they're going for it. BMAS gets his trade in, so a 3 versus 3. Smoke down as well to suppress it. T-side players making their way up. Nades involved. A core known to the back lines of the site. Inter's going to try to set up this back up against him. If he gets this kill, this will be A site under there.
This is done. Like, when you've got a player that sneaked this far forward without any idea, he can catch off the AWPer, and if he gets this kill, it's over.
Waiting, turned away from just towards Robson now, gets the advantage. The Orb still looking at the edge of the smoke, is going to get Molotovs away. And Intis is so close to position. He's waiting for BMAS to take a face here. He's waiting for the CT side to give up the ghost on this one. BMAS is going to check that corner regardless. Nades on, damage done to a core next up. Flashes over as BMAS continues looking in. Intis, what can he get out of this? Still holding face, still footsteps made, and I think the mousesports will start to back up now. And indeed they do.
Yeah, you've got no option in that 2v3. Just hold on to the weapons, and even Nafany's going to try and charge him down, and they could all just go hunting, try and take these weapons out of play.
Missed his window to get BMAS over at Scaff. He'll still push forward, though. Any weapons taken away from mousesports is a big loss for the CT side, because look at the money line. Knocked back a peg on lost bonus. Footstep heard, and BMAS does catch an exit, so there's always that. The damage won't mean much to Gambit, though. The money line is so solid. All 5 players are on 5 digits on the money line. Inters will drop next, but it's 10-1 for Gambit.
It's been an outclassing, and it's plays like that where you can really start to see the holes in the defense from mousesports, the way in which we're seeing sneak rounds, lurk plays, getting under the skin and opening up space. And mousesports, they react, but it's already too late. The damage has been done.
And the momentum break moment here as a tech pause has been called. We're bringing information as we know it. mousesports kind of need a bit of a break, I think, at this moment in both senses of the term, in terms of both the rest and in terms of an opportunity. Like, I'm just trying to think of scenarios here in which mousesports bring this back, but honestly, Dwayne, I can't think of any. I mean, I don't know if you've got any bright ideas, but this has, as you mentioned, looked like an outclassing from Gambit, and at this stage, I feel like it's already too far gone.
Yeah, it probably is at this point. mousesports are really struggling to find any kind of success, and even individually, it's not coming through. Sometimes you get these kind of maps where you're down 110, but you've got one player that's really performing, one player that's getting those multi-frags, really trying to keep it close, and even Dexter winning that big clutch and getting them in the first round, no one is putting numbers up. Of course, still down at 1 kill going into round 12. They need people to step up, and it's just not happening.
And again, it's rough for a core.
Yeah.
Just so rough for him. He's the AWPer as well, you know, like he's playing double AWP in this round alongside Rops, and to know that in this current, in the current day of Counter-Strike, the AWP is so important to any team. For it not to be performing, like, you either need some serious stars around it or you're done. And for mousesports, it feels like it's the latter of those. Straight in for Frozen, trying to get aggressive here for the CT side. He got that first kill with the USPs in the pistol round so clinically, but given no such opportunity here by Gambit. Spray through, he's seen at that slight gap. Shiro can't get the kill for it, and he, Nafani, and Hobbit will get tagged significantly for it. Much better for mousesports here.
Double nades out to that right-hand side of ramp. A core out to 51, just hoping for a little bit of an angle, hoping that one of these teams pushes forward to the smoke.
Watching with the AK, Nafani. Falling back, a core. Here's Orp, slow walk, sees the man, gets the kill. Nafani catches the trade back as the smoke clears away towards the Tarp's position. So 4 on 4. Molotov. I'll drive him away here as Gambit continue to play slow.
Now Frozen getting flashed over, but doesn't really get any contact, doesn't see any information out from ramp. And for mousesports, they're hearing some of this util, but they don't know where the presence really is.
Frozen walking in, still watching and waiting. Dexter will start to force forward as well, with the FAMAS involved. Time's running a bit short here for Gambit, and still got to work away with a HP disadvantage. Nafani can win a fight back here, might be able to open up the A site, but that bomb is on rotation, I think, towards the B site play. Nafani's all on the lurk here, and he could get caught off for it.
Just try to sell the A fake, simple as that. P comes out for the sandbags, well timed, but now they've got to rotate out of B.
Yeah, Gambit are out of time. They've got to move right now, and they're going to go for a very quick rotation into the A site. They know that Dexter's still here towards sandbags. Can Axel get the kill in? If Dexter drops this bomb, it might be round over. 10 seconds, he's checked, and the spray goes a little bit awkward, but it does come through for him. They can get the bomb plant here.
Charge down from Frozen. How far aggressive does he go into the site? A little bit too late. Needs to take a duel. Needs to win it out, and at least he does.
Just barely does there, and Axel falls. It's all on Hobbit. 7 points of HP. AK set here. Diffuse tapped once. Peeking in. He looks for the headshot on BMAS. But the kill comes easy for the CT side. The second round finally on the board for mousesports.
Well, that was one of the first times where we actually saw Gambit being caught off guard, running the clock too low. We saw the way in which they had the A lurk, try and see if they could fake the bomb side, allow that bomb to get into B, but there was so much counter utility out towards that stairs position where Rops was playing as anchor that they go to themselves, okay, we actually can't go B, let's go back over to A, and just that one player in the sandbags, even though Dexter doesn't follow up with any more damage, he hears the footsteps, he just calls the rotation back over.
I think we've got another stop call called in here. So this round is not live. Still 10-2, round 13. Should be rerun here, and indeed it does go back. I'm not sure who called it. Again, we'll get information as it comes. Get a bit of a momentum break right now for the mousesports side, knowing that finally got a bit of a basis to work from here. Dwagon, Gambit. Still on the definitive front foot here. They can buy for every round left in this half, I think. So it's still going to be difficult from here on out for mousesports.
It's not going to be easy. Even if you do get the odd round here or there, you start trying to bring back the deficit. Gambit have really shown to deliver. And you almost sort of start thinking to yourself, is this the Gambit that we're going to see on a regular basis? Because out in map 1, while it was an impressive showing from Gambit, it wasn't a class showing. this is the class showing that everyone wants to see from them.
Tactical pause called back in for the Gambit side as well off the back of the tech running out. Their first tactical in this game here. For them, just knowing that mousesports, I mean, there could be a momentum swing for them. There could be an opportunity for the CT side to be able to recover. Even if that is very unlikely at this moment here, Dweck.
No, it's all about not giving up and being able to chip in where you can. Try and see if you can isolate some of the cracks in the offensive. Gambit have not really given up that much room at all. And for mousesports, you've just got to kind of start wondering to yourself, Jay, what is a realistic goal here out on Vertigo?
Okay, so we're still in some sort of tech pause here. I'm not sure. Again, details, we'll keep you updated as time goes on, so this is still not live at the moment between Gambit and mousesports. It does give some time for the situation to simmer, however, Dweck. It does give a moment for them to I guess, rest on it here for mousesports. But if you're in this position, if you are this team, if you're down by this margin, like, what is going through your head at this moment? Like, just knowing that, yeah, you are up against the best team in the world, fair enough, but, yeah, you know, in this match, starting the group stage was almost required by mousesports, but they might not get it.
Yeah, you probably have to look at it as acceptance and just go fair play. Like, you can't go into it and say, oh, we're making so many mistakes here or there. Yes, that is to an extent, but Gambit are just looking so rock solid that you have to say, okay, lads, this just isn't going to happen. We'll give ourselves the best fighting chance possible. Let's try and keep it competitive, but we've got to really be looking for map 3. It might not be the best mindset to come through, but when you're getting played on like this, it's such a difficult one to really start feeling like you've got a chance.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm being told, of course, that the issues themselves seems to be some communication and TeamSpeak problems, but it seems like they're resolved at this moment, so looks like we're about ready to go here. Rifles involved, of course, out for a core. The AKs saved in on Frozen and BMAS. mousesports looking to connect 2 in a row to get that third of the ball overall. But Nafani with this aggressive play. Look at how far he walks out, not even needing utility to get the kill on Frozen. A core at least trades it, but he's a known entity. And continuous taps forward to Gambit. The smoke will clear out. The orb still set with utility in hand. Hobbit gets the kill to return. Swings back as Shiro gets Dexter. And Gambit back to confidence.
Every single duel there, it was a CT player just with a nade out or not expecting the push to come in. Perfect timing in for Gambit towards the A take, and they're not even interested in going for the retake. You've got to save onto the weapons.
Yeah, Inter's still lurking in mid as well, like he wants to clean up some mousesports players.
Bomb has been planted.
You'll not see anything of the sort here. Bomb down, 11 to the board. Gambit continue to stack hell upon the mousesports side. Continue to apply pressure as this match rolls on. And the hope, the light, the opportunity starts dwindling, I think, from the mousesports camp.
It was a decent start. We saw a core being able to isolate that first pick with the AWP, but just the way in which everyone is caught with util, that sneak up from Nafani out onto the side, Bemis even being charged down by a couple of these T-side players looking for these exit frags. Gambit getting up towards 11. Can they deal with this AK, try and take him out of play? Bemis is at least going to hold on for a little while longer. Just try and recover those weapons in, but just can't even deal with the nade.
Yeah, 1 man left alive in Rops. Gambit continuing to make this one look very, very easy. mousesports into round 14 with probably an eco, I want to say. I mean, I guess maybe a half buy. The issue is that Frozen is on 2 grand. They could force the issue around it. I'm hearing ticks in my head. Yeah, I don't think this round is live, so it seems like these TeamSpeak communication problems are still ongoing on the part of I assume Gambit. I mean, they're the ones that aren't moving in spawn, so it could be a problem for both teams, so we'll get this fixed up. Get right back into what seems to be an easy victory for Gambit on their map pick.
You can buy it up here for mousesports. Rops can drop over for Master Frozen. Dexter could drop himself an M4. A core can get an AWP, and Bemis can buy himself. Because really, you're down by so many rounds. You've just got to take every opportunity as it comes. And knowing that you don't have the most perfect buy in the world going in to round 14, it's still an opportunity getting up to 3. So I think we could see a force here for Mouse.
Yeah. Again, for me, the issue is whether or not you want to sacrifice it and in the part of Frozen, who will be lopsided. But yeah, I mean, I assume so. Makes a lot of sense, but a lot of time to mull over it here for both sides. As again, tech pause continuing between Gambit and mousesports to resolve this TeamSpeak communication problem. And if you are mousesports, given everything that's going wrong here in this matchup, not just only technically, but also in the in terms of the match itself, like we talked a lot about communication previously and how silent it could be. Do we feel like there should be silence for this mousesports side, or you know, like what should the mentality in that camp be like?
Well, silence is always good for composure, or at least quietness, rather than sort of the loud excitement. Getting a very sort of pumped in the moment, that's always very good if you're on sort of the more forward aggression and you are converting rounds. But right now it has not come easy at all for mousesports, and just trying to stay positive in this situation is probably the best outcome, knowing that even if you get 16 forward or 16-3, whatever the scoreline may be, you've still got another chance to bounce back. And for mousesports, a good opportunity to maybe talk about Mouse NXT, the up-and-coming academy team for the mousesports side. At what stage is that ever a possibility that we see maybe a rotating door of someone coming in? Might have to wait another 6 months, might have to wait another year, but it's something to think about.
Well, to improve consistency, I don't know how useful that will be, because that, I think, is the main goal for mousesports, considering their RMR win. And whether or not there are other players in the free agency market that you can also look towards, whether there's even roster changes on the table for mousesports. I mean, again, this one map is just one map. Remember, they still had a pretty decent game around over on Inferno. They won the map even though it was close. So, I mean, I don't want to talk about roster moves at this moment until we see mousesports potentially drop out of the tournament. Like, if they drop out in last place in the group stage, then fine, we can start entertaining that conversation. But opening game here at the group stage, and Gambit were the favourites coming into this best of 3, so it is kind of par for the course to a certain extent. Again, I don't think it should have been this one-sided though.
Yeah, it's always difficult to tell because we don't know how strong Gambit are going to be coming out into LAN. Again, that's going to be the big question mark for a lot of people, I want to say, going into this best of 3 is how strong can Gambit be? And well, on Vertigo, I think 11-2 just kind of shouts the big statement.
Absolutely. I mean, the issue in terms of, like, you know, weighing up how good Gambit are on LAN, definitely it comes down to the fact that mousesports aren't exactly like a top level team. Like, if they were able to draw against a Na'Vi or a Vitality, it definitely would be not the correct draw in the first round, but it would definitely legitimize a Gambit a lot more than it would do if it was a mousesports. Again, the challenges are set to increase as Gambit's tournament rolls on. For mousesports, not much of a challenge here in this map up again. They are doing fantastically on the Gambit side. 11-2 as we finally go live with round 14. Orps in, M4s from us, out for Dexter. AKs across the board for Gambit.
Yeah, Frozen proper aggressive behind this smoke, and for Gambit, they have used a fair bit of utility to get in behind it, but this time around, Nafany's just going to start walking.
Nades on, damage to Shiro, and sailing right past Frozen with the counter HE. Ooh, what's Frozen going to get out of this? A back turn to the T side. Shiro, he sees them both, finally lines up, looking for the triple, and Frozen goes massive at last. Another big confidence play for him. Can't make it a quadra, but it's a 4v2 for mousesports.
Oh, just that slight information from McCall allowed that back to get turned, and for Frozen to turn around. Actually, Ninten's getting a couple of kills, and now they're recovering it back to a 2v2.
Oh, mousesports, not like this. Frozen has just stabbed ice picks in the backs of Gambit, decimated their initial contact, and now you've conceded to a 2 versus 2. If Gambit bring this back, then I feel like Frozen has been failed here by his team. M4 BMAS holds the line, but Inters trades it back. Bomb plant to be secured, looking for his own 3k. Rops on a backstab, has the defuse kit, and now a smoke. Where does Inters go with this back up? He looks to the back lines. Oh, disaster for mousesports. That is not a round they should have lost.
Heartbreak, really is. When you've got a 5-on-2 advantage like that, you don't expect for it to crumble as quickly as it does. But for Gambit, maybe just punishing some of the overly aggressive mistakes. Frozen doing so much work in this round. That looked like it was done. That looked like there was no way of a recovery, and instead the clutch comes through. Inters, even for him to read that Robs is the B player, get that bomb down, and then look out towards ramp in the perfect timing.
Yeah, Frozen was fully let down in that round, in my opinion. I feel so bad for him. Gambit now starting off by dealing with him as he tries to re-aggress in frustration in this force buy for round 15. An opening kill that goes the way of the T side one more time. Trade potential is there with the damage, but no actual kills.
Mouse, they're wanting anything in a round like this. An overly aggressive move, a one-for-one trade, whatever it may be, just whatever it takes to win the rounds. And even for Axel, just waiting for Rops to make a little bit of a move, pre-aiming up towards the top of Banger. This could be the 5-on-3. There it is, simple pickings.
Yeah, Gambit have everything to work with. mousesports have almost nothing at all. The inbound for Dexter, but the flash is going over. We'll try and allow some sort of peek in towards that stairs position, but seeing nothing of the Gambit side. They are slow walking, crouched down, heads ducked away. BMAS has no idea that they're in a scaff, so Halbert just takes the kill. B side stairs, and well, mousesports will have to go for the retake in this one, but there's very little chance of them doing anything. Dexter at least finds one kill, but the two-man advantage.
It's the start for something, but even the nade comes back. mousesports just trying to see if they get this clutch together. Gambit completely opened up the bomb side. Bomb's already planted, looking for that 13-2 half. And what a scoreline this is for the Russian squad to be able to have this much of a convincing result already.
This was always going to be a map that was good for them, but probably not as good as mousesports would have liked it to be. We're going to head to a break and see if they can recover in the second half.
To my face, tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of words you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you.
And for the map, Jay, with 13 wins out of 14 in the last 3 months, can add another one to the tally, a 13-2 half. The importance of this pistol could be absolutely everything, and we are seeing a couple of sets of util to start off for Dexter and for Rops.
Yeah, this pistol is everything for mousesports. They lose this, they're done. This map will be over in a flash, and we'll be quickly heading to our third of Mirage. Pistol getting set up here for mousesports to the blocks involved. The utility down incendiary off the back lines over at the sandbag. Smoke down towards cross. Also covered off Shiro's very awkward position. The second smoke down to cover off the entire cross in its entirety. So bomb plant can be secured. They're being a bit careful about this though. Dexter finally crosses the default out in the open actually. Shiro does not get his kill involved. Rops gets tagged instead. It's a 5v5 retake.
A couple of backstabbing players for the City side, and Hobbit just starts off straight away.
Got on the second man, not going to quite land out. I don't know if they saw Axel, though. USP's turned away from him in a 4 versus 4. Is mousesports back away here. Flashbang in. Inter's on site. Going to keep his head dug down as Axel looks a little bit closer. Sees nothing, sees a core now, can't land the headshot, also catching Frozen. Shero's going to move up, they're on the defuse. Nafani's on the defuse, he does get forced away in the end. As Inters looks back here, Frozen gets another kill, dropping it to a 4 versus 2. Inters on 2 points of health, dead to rights. Axile 1v4, Frozen with 4 massive frags, and again becoming the hero for mousesports.
Even that smoke that went down onto the bomb, there was a little bit of a gap in that right-hand side, and allowing that diffuser to just get caught off straight away. 4 kills for Frozen, and they needed a big play, and it came out when it counted to start off the second half.
Yeah, pistol gained by the international team. The T side with a start that they absolutely needed. Again, this pistol was everything for them, and Frozen was everything in mousesports. What a set of shots that he's had in this one. 4 kills for him, and continuing to lead in the top frag position. He was the stellar element of the CT side, and now going to become the element of the T side now for mousesports.
Gambit just looking to force back straight away, and even just a pop shot out towards ramp, it does that early damage onto Dexter.
71 points of health, good start. Not a kill, but still a start for Gambit. If they steal one away from here, that's even going to be even worse for mousesports because, or at least on the T side, if you get a bomb plant, you can get early guns out and you can try and deny the 15th from coming through, but if they get shut down all 5 players, and, well, 15-3 at minimum, I say.
U2 out to this ramp position, just trying to see if they can force the CTs further and further back. Another nade. This time around, Dexter's down to 32.
Finally looking up. Flashbang turned away from. Oh, the flick was great. Come back to a 1-for-1 on the trade, however, Frozen, so it's a man advantage that does not last long for Gambit.
And they've got a lot of players on A, though, and they're even taking the Aken to get a little bit more aggressive. Sure, with the jiggle peek out to Ali, doesn't quite see anything.
Further nades on Frozen, big gap in those smokes. Beam has to try and exploit Shiro. He goes down, continues to spray forward. His damage does get dished out by the CT side, but it's just damage. No further frags. Hobbit changes the narrative on that one. Continues tapping onto Frozen's general position, but doesn't get the kill shot. He's on 33 HP. And look at Inters in the midst of this smoke, looking around that corner. Get BMAS next. Incendiaries go a little bit off position there for mousesports. Frozen and Rops backing away, trying to get towards side alley especially. They're on the defuse now for Hobbit. Swing up, taps it. He gets his kill when Axar finds Rops. And that is heartbreaking. Sheer destination for Gambit. Not just in this round, but maybe in this map now.
What I love too here for Gambit is Inters is typically the guy on this team that a lot of people overlook, don't really hype up a massive amount because he isn't really a star player, doesn't really chip in a massive amount with the fragging, but out here, out on Vertigo, he has really put up a big performance, and he's got his teammates to back him up too.
Yeah, all players on Gambit having a great time. Anthony might not be posting numbers, but his calls have been great. The CT side can't get away with a 14-3 on just kills alone. And you can see what effect it's had on this matchup. 2 rounds from the victory here for Gambit to set us swiftly into Mirage. And again, mousesports probably looking at that at this stage. They are forcing the issue though. To be a survival round if they can make it, but if they lose that without a bomb plant, nothing to work with going into match point.
Oh, Hobbit just taking the jewel straight away. He's trying to slow down this mid pressure, but look at how many players they've got on B now.
Kill at the start, Molotov in. Re-smoke back down, trying to press even further on the CT side, and the smoke's going to last for longer than the Molotovs do. How does the wheel round to the corner? Hobbit gets another kill back on a call, looks in for Dexter next up, the bomb's on his back. He doesn't quite drop it just yet. He has been seen though for the CT side. They have isolated the player in the center of the site as well as Axar falls. It just trades it back, now got to look back to the mid entrance. Sees Rops, drops him, all left to Dexter, 1v3, and not even taking contact on anybody else. Shiro and Nafani not even needed. 3 kills for Inters, match point for Gambit.
Do you know what I think is crazy too? That this showing here on Vertigo on LAN is probably the best showing on Vertigo we've seen from them entirely the last 3 months, 6 months. They do have a lot of results. They do have a lot of wins. They're on a decent winning streak. But in terms of the one-sidedness against this kind of level of competition, it's almost unheard of.
They did have a 16-3 against Heroics, and I guess
once.
Okay,
like,
once.
Do
Sure.
you know, it's not consistent.
Here on LAN, definitely an encouraging way for Gambit to get their map in the series, and Nafani gets another kill on Dexter. Great frag found, great start. The Eagles out for the mousesports side. And well, they've already lost that first pick. Is there anything left for them here on this map?
And they're even giving them respect. It's not like they're just getting up close and personal and they're just taking every single duel possible. They're making sure they're keeping it methodical, slowing down, and working with the advantages.
1 minute and 13. CTs should put nades up to the standard positions, counter incendiaries as well. Stop them from making their way forward. Just waiting for mousesports to take the peaks, and when they do, they're probably going to go falling. Shiro ready. AK looking up. Has he seen a core? Hasn't. Not yet. Hobbit. Kill onto Frozen. Shiro doubles up. Rop. And a core. Last couple of players left in this one. Straight through the tops. The finally gets this kill back, and Rops with it all to do. 1 versus 5. And yeah, this has been dominant. Absolutely dominant from Gambit on their map pick. A 16-3 result as we go to our third.
Unbelievable. I'm really surprised there for Gambit of just how concise it was and how everyone